evening, everyone. On behalf of Resourceu, I extend all of you a hearty welcome to the Canada Study Abroad Summit. I am Anuradha, the Chief Content Officer with Resourceu, and I will be the moderator for today's event. As you all know, Resourceu is a participative space for all resource needs. PowerPoint presentations, audio files, ebooks, templates, designs, diagrams, sheet music, and documents on a wide range of topics can all be found on our site. Our idea is to help readers gain insights, information, tools, and templates to learn from or to use in their academic course and in their workspaces. All our content is user generated. So, on one hand, you can create resources and put them up on the site, and on the other, you can access content created by others. You are both the creator and the user, the educator and the learner at the same time. Resorceu is a venture that was born during the pandemic, the toughest times in recent world history. When the world had come to a standstill during the initial phase of the pandemic, with lockdowns and other restrictions in place, Resorceu cropped up. It cropped up to help in its own way those who still wanted to learn, whether it was students and teachers, employees and entrepreneurs, casual learners, or the focused, and all others who are keen on building their knowledge base and satiate their curiosity about things in general. And in a little over a year, we are proud to say that today we stand with close to 50,000 resources getting uploaded on the site even as we speak. And we are nearing the 1 million mark that we had hoped so much to gain. And the rapidly growing numbers of users only goes to reinforce our belief that no matter what, people around the world believe in learning and sharing knowledge. As an informal mode of gaining knowledge, online learning may have its allure. However, traditional hands on and in campus learning is very much still highly essential. The experience and exposure an on campus education provides, the social skills that you gather there, and the connections that you make in that space are most crucial for a great future. On campus learning helps to broaden your mind and pave paths to successful careers. And when the on campus learning is from universities and colleges abroad, with the unique perspectives you gain there, you pave for yourself a better career path and ensure turning into better global citizens. With this in mind, to help our vast user base who wish to study further and abroad, Resourceu brings to you this evening the very first of its online summits. Today's event is in partnership with Katie Edurite and Crandall University of Canada. Katie Edurite is a dynamic facilitator, a bridge between colleges and students. Its team of specialized consultants is spread across the world, and this team helps students with all major aspects of overseas education related services. Finding the right college that suits individual needs and meets their caliber, helping in the visa application process, assisting in travel documentation, advising on financial assistance, helping pick the right fee structure, and giving post landing support are just a few of the services that Katie Edurite offers to students who wish to study abroad. And Crandall University, as you may all know, is an esteemed and renowned higher educational institution in Canada and prides itself in paying individual attention to all its students. And now, without much ado, let me introduce today's panelists who will walk you through their presentations and offer information to help you all firm up your plans on higher studies abroad. We have with us today Mr. Tyler Steckley, Director of International Admissions, Crandall University, Canada, Ms. Krati Chaube, Manager of Agent Relations, Crandall University International Recruitment Agency, and Ms. Pinky Anna Sunil, Canada Education Expert, Katie Edurite. Welcome. And now I invite Ms. Pinky Anna Sunil, Canada Education Expert from Katie Edurite, to address us. Over to you, Pinky.
Thank you. Today, I'm going to explain about the procedures involved in Canada for the higher studies. An initiative of Kerala Travels Industry Public Limited, which have 62 years in the travel industry, which we have the wonderful care and trust which we have experienced, and we have the vision to offer reliable and transparent education possibilities for students who wish to study abroad. KT Edurite is a joint initiative of Kerala Travels Industry Private Limited and Massive Study Abroad Private Limited, which have the in branches in Europe, Canada, USA, and in India now. So we have a specialized consultants who can help you with customized solutions in migration options and visa application process that suits your personal circumstances. So we have individualized support matching skill sets for skilled professionals and fresh graduates also. So we have authorized liaison executives who are available 24/7 in your neighborhood. So, and apart from that, we are offering required informations and you will have a unique experience of hassle-free facilitation also. So, when we talk about Canada, what the place to be, and when Canada is known as the land of immigrants and it has a multicultural society, it's a warm welcome place. And this is one of the most industrialized countries in the world. We have northern Canada is known for gas and oil explorations, while eastern Canada is known for agriculture, forestry, and fisheries. Okay, then comes to the culture and society. It's known as a world leader in aerospace, pharmaceuticals, telecommunications, and biotechnologies. We have approximately 18,000 Indian students enrolled. So, 2 lakhs new immigrants enter Canada each year. So, you may have the doubt that why I should choose Canada for my higher educations. The qualifications is valued around the world. And when it comes to the financial part, it's have the affordable educations and it has healthy and safe community over them and possibility of paid internships while studying because we both have part-time options there and we have the COBO programs so which will give you paid internships while studying and post-study work visa that is stay back maximum 3 years which and also will give you good opportunities job opportunities after the completion successful completion of studies and the possibility of permanent residency is bigger it's higher in level when we compare to UK and other countries. Canada has 3 universities that are in top 100 world ranking. That is University of Toronto, McGill University, University of British Columbia. And there are 10 more universities in Canada that appear in the top 300 universities in the world ranking, which you can see in the screen. And here is these 10 best programs in Canada. Even though we have different programs, the students who are going to Canada choose these 10 best programs. And when it comes to the types of qualifications, after 12th, we can go for diploma. The duration is 1 to 2 years. And after you can go to advanced diploma, 2 to 3 years. It's a specialization program with fast track mode for graduate students and bachelor's program which have the duration of 4 years. So after the graduation, you can go for the your PG, that is postgraduate diploma, which will have 1 to 2 years, and master's degree you have a duration of 2 years, and doctorate of PhD, which will minimum 4 to maximum 7 years. So we have primary intake in August and September that is known as fall intake and smaller intake in January or February time that is known as spring intake. And we have another summer intake. This comes in May and June. Okay, then comes to the entry criteria, that is programs entry requirements. That is, for masters, we should have 60% and above in bachelor's. And for PG diploma, we should have 50 to 55% and above in bachelor's. For bachelor's, we should have 12 years of full-time education and we should have 60% and above in grade 12. For UG diploma, the same, full-time education 12 years and we should have 50 to 55% and above in grade 12. For master's, PG diploma and bachelor's, we must have overall 6.5 and each band 6. For TOEFL, we should have 88 for both master's and PG diploma. For bachelor's, 79. And UG diploma, we should have highest score is overall 6 and each band 6. But when we recommend, when we talk to the students, we recommend that the standard is language score is IELTS was overall 6.5 and no band 6 and TOEFL 88 minimum. So when it comes to the older part, how KT Edurite can help you. In accommodations, we can help you after getting your offer, after getting your visa. We will connect to the Indian students in Canada, or either we can arrange the accommodations in in universities also, and in university campus also. So when it comes to the education loan, we will have the tie with HDFC Credila, Bank of Baroda, and Axis Bank. So we will help for you that also, and we will have free IELTS training. Okay, that will be helpful for you, and we will have the career counseling, a group of consultants, expert consultants. We will get all kind of informations and guidance for you selecting the career correct courses. And you will get a visa application assistance. We have a group of visa counselors expert in that. So for contacting us, we have branches in Thiruvananthapuram, Kollam, Kochi, Kozhikode, Thrissur. You have the address in the screen. You will get a reliable source from KT Edurite. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Pinky. That was quite a
Thank you.
detailed and informative session. And now I'm sure that all our attendees who were in any kind of a doubt about why a study abroad program or why they need to go to Canada in specific and study, their doubts must have been quelled. And so I would now like to call in our next speaker who's coming in live from Canada, early hours in Canada. So welcome, Tyler. So Tyler, it's over to you now.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting this event, and thank you for the team at Resorceu for putting this on for us today. I'll share my screen here and we can begin. All right, so a question that I often get when telling people about our university, Crandall University, is why would I choose to attend Crandall? So in this session, I'm going to start with going over some of the reasons why many students from abroad choose to come to Crandall University, and then I'll go over some of our requirements and next steps that you can take if you're interested in joining us here in an upcoming intake. So the first reason I like to share why somebody might be interested in coming to Crandall University is our location. So you may have heard of the big schools, University of Toronto, maybe University of Calgary. I know that Pinky mentioned a number of universities earlier, and most of those universities are located in central or Western Canada. And we're actually on the East Coast of Canada. So what makes the East Coast unique is that our population is a little bit smaller. We have a great sense of community, and there's a lot of growing opportunities. So even through the pandemic, our economy has been able to grow. There's been a lot of investment in Eastern Canada from both the government and a number of organizations, businesses, corporations. And what's also great about our location, Crandall University's location, is that we're in Moncton, New Brunswick. And Moncton, New Brunswick is right in the middle of the Maritime provinces. It's right in the middle of the east coast of Canada. So there's other provinces, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, that surround us to our east and north. To the west of us is Quebec, which is a French-speaking province, which you may have heard of. And then to the south of New Brunswick is actually Maine, which is a state in the United States of America. So we're surrounded on all our sides, and Moncton, New Brunswick is right in the middle of it all. And what this has allowed us to do is see tremendous growth in a number of key industries, such as banking and finance, in transportation and logistics. We're really known as a hub of the region, and a number of businesses have been setting up headquarters in our city just due to our geographical location. So whether you want to come and study at Crandall or in our region, really Moncton, New Brunswick is a great place to start. It's an affordable place to live, which I'll get into a little bit later, and I'll get into some of the more perks about Moncton a little later on. Okay, so here we are, Moncton, New Brunswick. What is so unique about the city that Crandall University is located in? We have a small population. So as far as the east coast of Canada goes, our population is on the high side. So we have 140,000 people in the city of Moncton, New Brunswick. But I know that probably sounds small compared to most of the cities that you belong to. We have a growing economy, which I mentioned. We've seen lots of investment just due to our geographical location, lots of opportunities in a number of different industries and workforces. Another thing I would just like to mention, due to our small population, we have a lot of housing options, and we're an affordable place to live, which is a really big asset for individuals who are maybe looking to travel across the country for education and maybe to set up a new life. You don't necessarily want to be paying the high prices in a city like Toronto or Vancouver when you can come to a place like Moncton and have access to many of the same industries and work opportunities, but live much more affordably. And then another thing that is unique about Moncton and the province of New Brunswick is we are the only bilingual city and province in Canada. So I mentioned to our west is Quebec, which is largely French speaking. Their influence, along with the English influence in other parts of Canada, has allowed us to be sandwiched right in the middle of those two languages. So our province and our city acknowledge both English and French as official languages. And if you are to study at Crandall University, we are an English-speaking university, and most individuals in our city, in the city of Moncton, do speak English. But just know that if you do choose to come to Moncton, New Brunswick, you have an opportunity to interact in both the English and French language, which is really unique. So another reason why individuals choose Crandall is due to our community. We are a smaller region and a smaller university. We have just over 11,000 students. And because of that, you have a great opportunity to interact with different individuals. As has already been mentioned, here's some stats for you. So we have students from around the country that attend Crandall. We have 45 different countries represented on campus or have been in our student body. About 35% of our student body is international students. We have small class sizes. So I know a lot of universities might say we have small class sizes, but really at Crandall we do. An average class size is 19 students. And when you compare that to some of the larger universities, they might have intro or introduction level first year courses with classes with multiple hundred students. So 200 students might be in a class at many public universities in Canada. But at Crandall, we're a private institute, and we're able to keep our class sizes small. So just 19 students in an average class size. Another thing we like to highlight is the high caliber of our professors. So usually in Canada, in order to teach at a bachelor's level, you might need a master's. And then if you want to teach at the master's level, you definitely need a PhD. And we're no different. Here at Crandall, our graduate professors are PhD qualified, but really what this statistic, 85% of our faculty being PhD holders, really goes to show the high caliber of education that students at the undergraduate level are also able to access. So many of our undergraduate professors have their PhD, they're well read in their subjects, they're well educated, but they're also well written. We have a number of different authors in our faculty. Another thing, just a part of community, is our student supports. So we have a number of different student supports specifically for international students and also for all students. So we have a great international student service department who really assists international students once they come to Canada to feel settled, to feel at home in Canada. They can assist with different opportunities in the city. So there's job fairs that are hosted by the city of Moncton regularly every month for international students and for newcomers to be able to find employment in the city. Our city is really supportive of international students as well. And really what we've seen is the community, not only at Crandall, but in the city of Moncton, is really supportive to international students and really wants international students to not only come and enjoy their experience studying in our city, but also to remain in the city of Moncton and start their lives here if they're interested in that. Along with some of the other student supports at our university, we have a writing and success center to really assist students with any tutoring or support they might need in their classes. And then we have an on-campus counselor as well. If there's any concerns or if any students want any assistance by an on-campus counselor, we have that for all students as well. So just to wrap things up, some other reasons why somebody might choose Crandall is due to our post-graduation immigration options. That's not really unique to Crandall, but it is unique to our province. So every province has different immigration options, which is unique to that specific province. So being in the province of New Brunswick, we have a great opportunity for graduates through express entry. I would just recommend you get in touch with your agent or with an immigration lawyer, somebody who can explain all of the opportunities for students within New Brunswick. But I'd just like to mention there are some amazing opportunities for students who want to study and stay in our province. And then also, I've already mentioned this, but really the cost of living is very affordable in the city of Moncton. And then on top of that, why you might choose Crandall is we are able to offer private education. We're a private university in Moncton, New Brunswick at public school prices. And this is really due to different donors and individuals who give to Crandall University to offset students' educational price and the cost of education. So we're really proud of our donors and really thankful and grateful for those who give to Crandall University and are able to help students go through Crandall at a very affordable price. So I've talked about those reasons why you might choose Crandall. Let me talk about some of the programs we offer. So what we're most known for is our graduate program. So we offer two primary graduate programs or master's programs. We have our 2-year Masters of Management program, and then we're also able to offer an accelerated Masters of Organizational Management. So you might have noticed in Pinky's slideshow, she mentioned that many master's programs are 2-year programs, and that's correct. Our Masters in Management is a 2-year program, but we also offer a Masters in Organizational Management, and this is a 12-month program. It's compacted a little bit, so it's pretty intense, but we do offer a Masters in both 1 year or 2 years. And really, I would encourage all students, if you have the grades and if you are successful in your undergraduate program, I would really encourage you to look at a master's level education rather than a postgraduate diploma. There's some different opportunities as far as immigration and job opportunities that come with a master's on over top of a postgraduate diploma. So I would just really encourage you. We offer master's level education at Crandall University, and I would encourage you, if you're able to take advantage of a master's level education. It'll help you not only with education or through your education if you want to go on to a PhD or something like that, but also in the workforce. It really gives you that step up over top of some other students or some of the other competition in the labor force. Okay, so I talked about our master's program, but I'm also happy to share about our undergraduate programs. So we offer a number of undergraduate programs. Our undergraduate school is very large, so this is most students who attend Crandall are actually in our undergraduate programs. However, we do have many students in our graduate programs. We offer a Bachelor of Arts, a Bachelor of Business Administration, a Bachelor of Science, and a Bachelor of Arts in Science. So underneath each of these titles or bachelors, there's a number of different majors that you can choose, different concentrations, whether you want a major or minor. We have a number of different opportunities for you, but I would just like to let you know about these opportunities. These are 4-year undergraduate bachelor's degrees that are completed on our campus here in Moncton, New Brunswick. So next I'll talk about intakes, because I know it's really important. If you're interested in university, you want to know when the next opportunity is for you to start. So for our undergraduate programs, at this time, we're recording this, or we're doing this at the end of January, so things always change. But currently, we're welcoming applications for undergraduates in the September 2022 intake. If you're interested in a graduate program, the next opportunity is our Master's of Management program in January 2023. So that's 1 year away. We're already receiving applications for that, as well as our undergraduate programs. And then in May, again, we offer a very small intake of just our Master's of Management. And then if you're interested in our Master's of Management, maybe you're interested in our Master's of Organizational Management or our undergraduate programs, I see it must have been cut off here. You can apply for any of our programs next September as well. But I'll just leave this up so you can have a better understanding of maybe when you'd be applying. Most students who are applying to Crandall University now are looking primarily at either the September program for your undergraduates or the January 2023 opportunity if you're looking to join our 2-year Masters of Management program. So I'll go quickly over this slide, but we have a number of English pathways. So maybe you don't have that 6.5 with all bands over 6.0, as Pinky had mentioned. If you don't have the English you need, there's a number of options for English programs that you can complete in Canada that we've partnered with. However, there's a number of great opportunities in your country as well. We know that many students choose to improve their English before applying to Crandall, and that's always an option. I've already mentioned some of these resources, but I just like to put this on the screen so you can find them later. If you do need any assistance, if you want to learn more about our city, because our city is really a large part of a student's experience when they come to Canada. Your city is going to impact transportation, if you're using public transportation, if you're looking at the job market, that's a really important piece. Cost of living, really your friends and relationships that you'll make in that new country. And in Moncton, we are one of the most diverse cities, or we are the most diverse city per capita in Canada. So even though we do have a small population, we have a very diverse population, which is a great opportunity for you to come, learn, and interact with people of a number of different backgrounds. We have a great website, Immigration Greater Moncton, and that website will allow you to access all the information you would need as a newcomer. If you have questions about the city, if you want to know what life is like, or say you have children and you want to know about daycare options, or you want to know about transportation options in the city, all that information is available at International Greater Moncton. I'd also just like to push you to our website or to an agency or a connection that you have if you are looking for any information regarding Crandall tuition fees or our requirements. Those can all be found at crandallu.ca, so feel free to look into those. All right. I'll leave things there. That's all that I have today. So feel free to ask any questions that you may have, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler, for that wonderful and detailed overview of the programs that you have to offer at Crandall University. You have covered them all: undergraduate degrees, postgraduate degrees, and doctoral level study programs as well. And you've also given us a beautiful scenario of what Canada in general rather, has to offer, and Crandall University in New Brunswick has to offer. I'm sure many of our attendees are already firming up their plans and deciding on where to zero in on their study program. At this juncture, I would like to ask Krati if she would like to join us and add some more details.
Yeah. Very good evening, all of you. This is Prati from Panel University India office, and I'm congratulating you guys, Resourceu team, that for organizing such a wonderful event today. And thank you, Tyler, for highlighting all the points. It's kind of a mini Crandall tour what you have presented, and I think everybody's clear in. So everything is clear from my colleague, and I just want to add this thing here that Crandall is completely open for September 2022 intake for Master of Management and all the bachelor's program. Please do raise your queries, start submitting your applications, and we are there to help you. Be focused, be hopeful, be determined, be empowered. Empower yourself with your education, and you can start with us. And we do provide the quality education since 1949 as Crandall. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krati. From all three of you, I guess people out here do have an understanding of what Canada has to offer, what Canada is going to be like, how welcoming it is going to be, how we can adjust out there, and what we can look forward to studying out there as well. And before we move on to the question and answer session, I'd like to remind our attendees that we are running a poll for the panelists to understand what exactly you're looking for and at what level of education you would be interested in, so that they can answer your questions in more specific details. And of course, we have the Q&A session coming up soon, and any questions that you all have, please don't hesitate, type them in, and our panelists will answer to the best of their abilities. So I think we'll open up the Q&A session. The very first question that we have is from Amrita, and she asks, does Canada provide free insurance for international students? So I guess Pinky or Krati, one of y'all could take up this question. Krati,
I can take that as well.
Yes, of course, Tyler, you can.
For sure, yeah. So every province is a little bit different, and every school is a little bit different. There is an insurance fee that international students will have to initially purchase, and then once they arrive in New Brunswick, they would apply for their provincial health care. And this provincial health care is a free health care that's provided by the province of New Brunswick to all international students, but international students do need to purchase an initial health insurance. And usually the school helps you with this. It's a part of your tuition and fees, so it's nothing unexpected. You don't have to worry about it. The school will set that up for you. So you just have to worry about coming to Canada, and then once you arrive, our student service department will be able to walk you through the steps to get that health insurance provided by the province.
Thank you, Tyler. I guess, Amrita, your question is answered. So I'll move on to the next question. This is from one of our attendees who asks, can we have a bit more detail of the BA dual degree Art and Science at Crandall, please? So
yeah,
I guess,
for sure.
Tyler, that's again for you.
Yeah, no problem. So our Bachelor's of Arts and Science is a unique option. It's a degree, the diploma or the degree that you get at the end of it is a Bachelor's of Arts and Science. So it's not two separate pieces of parchment, but it's one piece of paper. You get one degree, but it is called a dual degree. It's a little confusing, but really the point of the Bachelor of Arts and Science and why it was created is to help individuals who are looking at maybe graduate studies, or maybe they're looking to teach, maybe they're looking for a Bachelor's of Education as their next step, or a Master's of Education as their next step, and they want background in both the arts, so English, history, and want a well-rounded background in the arts, and also in science. And really, we've seen a number of students who are interested in going into education after take advantage of the Bachelor of Arts in Science, just so they're a well-rounded educator when they get into schools teaching others.
Yeah, that answers it well. So yeah, let's take in the next question. Rahul asks, do you have any scholarships? And what is the criteria if you do have these scholarships?
Yeah, for sure. So we look at scholarships on a case-by-case basis. At our graduate level, what our university and administration has decided is to spread all the scholarship funding across all students to reduce the overall tuition. So at the graduate level, we don't actually provide individual scholarships, but we've applied that scholarship money to all students to be able to provide the most affordable education possible to all students. At the undergraduate level, there are some opportunities, and I would recommend getting in touch with the India office in Karachi, and she might be able to assist you or provide more information about some undergraduate opportunities.
Yes, so may I? We do have a William Carey Global Scholarship for the Christian community background students with the two pastoral references along with their academic documents. And for the BA, BBA, BSc, we do have such provisions right now. So those students are looking forward to contact me after this event. I can also be available for a one-on-one session for those kind of prospect students along with their consult officers.
Yeah. We have one candidate over here, Mr. Ankit Tiwari, who said he's joined into the meeting quite late and he hasn't been able to follow us. So could he have a recording? I'll take this question as I'm the moderator. So Ankit, you can contact us at the following address, contact@Resorceu, and we'll definitely let you know of what has happened, and we'll see if we can provide you with the gist, if not the recording of this evening's session, right? So this is for everybody. You can always reach out to us at contact@Resorceu, and we'll be able to redirect your queries to all our panelists and ensure that you do receive the information that you are looking for. And yes, but in the meantime, you can always type in your queries here live, and they're there to answer all your queries. So the next question is from Deepak Venu, and he asks, can we take our spouse along with us? And is it possible for him or her to work over there while I study? This is quite an interesting question. So Krati, would you like to answer this?
From the university perspective, I would recommend it that first the main applicant have to come and apply for their study permit and spend at least one semester with us, and then they can go back to their visa consultant and then they can start doing this kind of application and processing for their dependent and for their spouses. So I think Ms. Pinky can answer this better because I have a less idea about the visa immigration and the spousal updates. So I recommended that if you guys can visit CIC website, www.cic.gc.ca website for the Canada immigration related regulations, and any kind of updates you will get it from there. But as per my personal experience, I will not recommend it. For that, first the main applicant has to join in, and then I think they can go further. And if they are looking for any kind of a support or a university letter, that we can provide that as a letter of enrollment to support that student for their dependent visas.
Right. Thank you. Pinky, would you like to add to this query?
I think ma'am has covered the whole area, and it's. I also recommend the students to being applicant should go first, and after completing one semester, two semester, it's chances for positive visa is very good. So we are recommending that. So after the main applicant should go, and after that completing three semester to second semester, it's better to apply for visa.
So that answers the question. Studies first, and your spouse shall follow you soon. So, yeah. And we have another question from Rahul again. I'm not sure if it's the same Rahul, but Rahul asks, do you have airport pickup? And what kind of help do you provide post landing in Canada? So, Pinky again, would you like to take up this question?
Sure. If the student wants, they can ask us earlier. We will help them according to the area. If it's for parental, the university will help for that. And it will be the area. We will connect to the Indian group there, and we'll definitely help you for after the visa complete, the process completions. We'll definitely do that. Don't worry about that.
Thank you. And there's another question. I guess Tyler could take this. Jan 2023 intake, is it online or offline? This could be a pertinent question given the COVID scenario in the world currently. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So here at Crandall, we have tried to start our classes. We've scheduled classes to begin in person. And then unfortunately, due to the COVID situation, we've had to pivot and go online. So currently, we are expecting to be in person next January for sure. We're optimistic that we see a light at the end of the tunnel here in Canada, and that's another great topic that I'll just touch on briefly. The situation in regards to COVID in Canada and on the east coast of Canada with our smaller population has been quite mild in comparison to some of the global effects. And through COVID, as I mentioned, our economy has continued to do well and in some cases grow. And I would just like to encourage students, if they are coming to New Brunswick or to the east coast of Canada, it is a very safe place to live. There's a number of regulations ensuring that individuals can live safely in amongst COVID. So at this time, things are opening up, or we're hoping that things are going to continue to open up. And definitely by January 2023, we are hoping and planning that we can be in person. Yeah, we really think in-person education is important at Crandall, and we really want to do whatever we can to move to in-person education as soon as possible.
Yeah, thank you. That's something that's worrying everybody throughout the world, fluctuating between in-person education, on-campus experience, and then reverting to these online experience. It's getting taxing on people, I guess, and it's kind of a pity that college students have to miss out on that crucial experience, a kind of a rite to passage, right, that they need to go through before entering the real world scenario. So let's all hope that things do improve. Yeah, and then now we have a very interesting question. This is about food. We Indians we generally are quite open to all kinds of cuisines, but we like our own food again. So this person asks, what is the scenario of Indian cuisine out there in Canada and specifically in New Brunswick? Are we allowed to cook our own food when in the kind of accommodation that we get or we pick?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have two different housing options on campus. We have a dormitory, which is where students would typically eat in a cafeteria. However, there is also a kitchen facility for those students. And then we also have apartment style housing, which many of our graduate students choose to take advantage of. If you live in one of our apartment style complexes, they have full kitchens, you have an apartment to use. So students would be making their own food there. We have growing and quite a large at this point Indian population within the city of Moncton. It's grown a lot over the last 5 years. So whether you want to make it at home, that's totally an opportunity that you have. We have a number of grocery stores that carry all the goods you would need to be able to make all the food from home. But there's also a number of restaurants as well that you can take advantage of with different regions of Indian cuisine. So whether you're from the north, the south, you can definitely find food from home in a restaurant here.
That sounds reassuring and welcoming at the same time. So yeah, we have another question. This is for the management postgrad degrees. What is the industry linkage like for employment, etc. Once I enroll at Crandall?
Yeah. So our student service department makes sure that students are always up to date on the different job fairs in our region. And we also have internship opportunities. So if you're in our graduate studies in your master's of management, you have an internship opportunity that some students choose to take advantage of. And if you are in an internship, that really connects you directly to employers. Our graduate studies are also really focused on ensuring that students have an opportunity to interact and get experience in the Canadian workforce. And what this means is that our professors call in a number of leaders in industries to be able to present in front of the class. So just as an aside, I'm in my master's program currently at Crandall, and I'm taking my master's of organizational management. And last night I just had the chief officer or the leader of a nonprofit organization in our class, and he talked about his organization for an hour. We were able to ask him questions, interact with him, and really that was a great opportunity for me to learn about a leader within the city of Moncton in an industry that I knew nothing about. And that's the opportunities that students will have if they come to Crandall. They'll be able to talk to leaders in different industries in the management level and be able to make those connections. So then outside of class, they can send their resume, or if they're sending CVs or resumes around, they can write in maybe a cover letter and a letter saying, hey, I enjoyed interacting with you in such and such a class. I'd like to meet with you and work with you more in the future. So those are the opportunities that students have if they come to Crandall. They're going to be interacting with many different people in many different industries in Moncton.
Yeah, and that goes quite a long way in creating networks that will eventually help you through your life and career. So that sounds good. And I have a question myself. Since regions in Canada are bilingual, you said Brunswick is bilingual, and there are certain regions which adhere to French, and then some cater to English. So, what is the general scenario like in the educational institutions? Is education imparted in English or French, or it depends upon the institution that we pick?
Yeah, that's a great question. So really the way that bilingualism or English and French is seen and interacted with most is from kindergarten to grade 12. So in your primary school years, you will learn both English and French. After that, there are English-speaking universities and French-speaking universities. Crandall is the only English-speaking university in Moncton, and most of the universities in our province are English speaking. So if you're coming to Crandall, you're definitely going to be able to interact in English. And due to our region and where we are, most of the individuals in the city of Moncton do speak English. So if you're looking for jobs or anything like that, you don't need to be bilingual. You can definitely find employment with English or a second language. We have a number of international headquarters in the city of Moncton. So your languages from your home country that you're bringing to Canada with you are also a great asset if you're looking for employment after graduation. You don't need to know English and French. Knowing English and another language is equally beneficial.
So that's something Indian students need to keep in mind while applying to Canada in specific. So I'll direct another question now to Pinky or Krati and give Tyler a short break to sip his coffee. So somebody over here asked, can I pay my tuition semester-wise and not as a lump sum amount? Yeah, Krati would like to come in.
Yes. So, being a university management team, I will definitely recommend all these students who are looking for Crandall applications and admissions, please do submit your yearly tuition fees upfront to the university, and also it is a beneficial for your end too when you are applying your study permit, right? So many of the students, especially coming from the Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, they may ask me many times that if they are logged in right now, I don't know, that can we pay semester-wise fees, and we are non-SDS category country. I always recommend them that before applying visa, please pay your yearly fees upfront, because it will be a greatest weightage for your profile in front of the embassy's eye. So my point of view, the university point of view, we suggest to pay upfront fees, and that will be a good way to present your file in front of the embassy as well.
Yeah, and now we have another interesting question, a very general question. How easy or difficult is it for a South Indian specifically to adapt to the weather out there in Canada, any part of Canada for that matter?
It doesn't take much. It just means you need to buy a big jacket to keep yourself warm and some mittens and a hat. But usually, after a week of colder weather, you're used to it, and it's exciting. It's a new opportunity, experiencing a new thing for many of our international students. It's the first time they get to interact and play in the snow, which is fun. I am looking out my window, and we have mounds about 4 feet high of just snow on each side of the road. So it's an exciting opportunity to be able to be in the snow and to get used to what life is like in a new culture, in a new country. Really, that's what you're doing when you're becoming an international student. You're accepting that you're going to learn new things and have new experiences. And that's what it's like. When you come to Canada, you get to experience the cold weather, play in the snow, and enjoy a Canadian winter. Even if it's just for 1 or 2 or 4 winters before you go back home, or if it's something you fall in love with and you create a life in Canada, we enjoy our winters here. There's lots to do outside, even though it's cold.
It's going to be quite an experience for people from the subcontinent in general to experience white Christmas. Most of us have only hot Christmas out here, just barring a few regions in India that do experience cold weather and snow. This year, it has been snowing in the northern parts of the country, the subcontinent, I should say. So now, yeah, we'll move on to another question. What is the class size? I think Tyler has already answered this question, but if you could answer it once again.
Yeah. Our average class size is around 19 students. In our graduate programs, we have capacities of 30 students. So you're never going to be in a classroom with more than 30 students. And the reason we do this is because when you're in the graduate level, you're not only learning from your professors, but you're learning from each other. And we really want to maintain a small class size so that students can dialogue with one another in class. They can learn from one another and the professors. So we make sure to put a cap. You'll never be in a graduate program of more than 30 students. And most of our classes average around 19 students.
And there's another question that asks, and this person asks, are there any Indian faculty at Crandall? And would it be, would you have an Indian welcome group, so to say, that will initially take care of the onboarding process of all the candidates flowing in from the subcontinent, if not just India?
Yeah, so we have, I believe we have two full-time faculty from India. We might have some other part-time faculty as well. We do have a number of individuals who are from India who attend Crandall. We have a student association that has a president who's from India. We really ensure that our Indian students are getting a good welcome and have an opportunity to get to know one another. And what we found is that a lot of our upper levels, so our second year or third year or fourth year Indian students, really get excited when new Indian students are coming to Crandall. So they're able to form those relationships and connect with upper level classmen to be able to have a good experience and to sort of learn about Crandall because it is a new place. So they have somebody to show them around Crandall and around the city. We also have a very, it's not intense, it's fun, but a very long orientation for our international students. So it's about a 4-day orientation for international students to be able to interact with one another, get to know their classmates, their upper classmates, and get comfortable in our university, but also in our city. So we have a number of opportunities for students to come in and get a slower start and be able to learn a lot about our province, our city, and our university. So that's unique to international students. They have their own orientation to make sure they're settling well in our city.
Another reassuring point.
I'm just
Most
adding
students-
here
Yes,
that for the international students coming from India, especially, we do have a pre-orientation session, pre-departure. So any student before coming to campus, joining Tyler and team there, they know them beforehand, and along with their family, their friends, their agent relations, they can contact, they can come along. And pre-pandemic, it was a time that we actually met each other, and we had a beautiful lunch with them. We talked about the possibilities of upcoming jobs and the housing options, everything. Right now, since 2 years, what we are doing, we are everything conducting on the Zoom. So, but it is still there, and we do provide before departuring, give them all the handouts and all the details.
Yeah, Zoom meetings in a way that do make the interaction more personal because the candidate can sit in the comfort of his own known space and interact with new people, right? And I'm sure everybody does go through this kind of nervous experience before heading to a new place. And extending the previous question, we have another interesting query. Can our parents stay with us during short visits? Now, yeah, I'll put it in context here because to most people heading out for higher education to the Western Hemisphere, the exposure of a Western Hemisphere country, especially the United States or Canada, is only through Hollywood. So, in that context, there's a cultural difference, and this person would like to know: do parents usually visit their children when they are in the university, and is it possible for these parents to stay with us?
I'll answer that, I guess. If a student is living on campus, if they're taking advantage of our on-campus opportunity, the living arrangement wouldn't allow for parents to stay with them there. But if they're off campus, there's usually opportunities for students to host their parents or welcome their parents. We have many parents who come for graduation or maybe come throughout the educational journey, but not all parents come and visit their children while they're studying. One thing I would mention is somebody in immigration may be able to answer this better, but we do provide students with a letter of enrollment that shows that students are studying at Crandall, and that usually supports the parents' visa to come to Canada. But yeah, that's always an opportunity, is to have your parents come and visit you while you're studying, especially for students who are taking a 4-year undergraduate degree. 4 years is sometimes a little long to be away from home or to be away from parents. So that's always a great opportunity to have somebody come and visit you while you're studying.
Fair enough. We do have a similar situation out here in the country. off-campus accommodation, parents, cousins, whoever can come and stay with us. But yeah, when in campus, we do have to follow rules and regulations, and I guess they're almost similar wherever we are in the world. Now, there's another question specific. I think Pinky can take this up. If a student visa is rejected, what is usually the reason, or what are usually the reasons on which somebody can have their visa rejected?
Thank you. Usually in the mail, they will specifically give the reasons. Nowadays we are seeing like a statement of purpose. There is some mistakes. They should clearly mention the purpose. What is the point they are going to study? Why they are studying? Choose Canada. Why they choose this university or college specifically? And some other is financial reasons maybe, and some other will have the documents that they produce, and also they have some, if the students apply for spouse, also some got the visa rejections. So if they got any visa rejections, we have the solution. We are taking that case. Edurite is also taking that case. We can reapply for the visa to understand what the reason, and we can reapply for the visa, definitely.
Yeah, that sounds promising. So it's important for students applying abroad to get all their documentation right, to understand the process thoroughly before they can get in, because it is a disappointment to have your visa rejected. And we have people to help you out. That's the whole point of this session, to let you know that there have been people before you who've been there, and you can always find support and help groups online. You have people to help you out, but make sure that you have all your documentation right. And we are getting in a lot of interesting questions, so it seems to be a good hit with the attendees. This one, Indians, the subcontinent in general, love cricket. So, do you play cricket in Moncton? Will we get an opportunity to play cricket out there?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a cricket league in our province, in our region, and we also have some intramurals cricket games that happen. Usually through the winter in our gymnasium, they take advantage, and then in the summer, they play outdoor. The cricket league, the last time they were running was at the beginning of COVID. They were still able to play, and the Moncton team won. So every city in our region has a team, and they play each other. And on that team, we had 3 or 4 different Crandall students. So whether you're more of a casual cricket player and you just want to play for fun, you have those opportunities. But if you're a competitive cricket player, you can definitely join the league and take advantage of that as well.
So that answers it well, doesn't it? Come rain or snow, you can still go ahead with your cricket. Yes.
For sure.
And along with the cricket, we have soccer, volleyball, basketball, cross country for the female and male, both the categories. So
quite a lot of extracurricular activities to keep your spirits up while you continue your educational journey, right? We have one more question. We still have some time, so I think we can take this. In case of visa refusal for any reason, what is the tuition fee refund policy if I pay upfront? So what would the India office recommend?
So I'm taking this. So if the student is asking for refund due to the refusal or the withdrawal, any of the reasons, we always request the student to please provide the refusal or the withdrawal letter from the embassy to get back to them. Along with the refund form we have, and it's a 100% tuition fee refund based on the exchange rate.
So that's good. And just a couple of more questions, I think, before we wrap up for the evening. I have another question that I've jotted down myself, and yeah, usually, are there any personal interviews that candidates will have to go through before they are admitted into a university in Canada, be it Crandall or anywhere else? And if there are, would it be possible for these candidates to also gain a kind of an experience or be coached through the interview process?
So I'm taking this again. From the university perspective, we have our admissions criteria already set. We have our academic standings. So for the bachelor's and the master's program, for such of the cases, yes, we did before do the interviews along with the candidates. But as of now, we are not taking any of the interviews based on their academics and their IELTS, their any English proficiency test scores. We accept the applications and we get back. And Crandall offers return offer letter is within 24 hours. So we have a turnaround time that we have to get back to them. If the profile is eligible, then definitely we provide them a conditional offer letter. And if it is not, then we ask for the more documents, or we apologize that we are not accepting for such and such reasons.
That's prompt and highly commendable. Yes. So before we wrap up, Krati, could you run through any general information that you would want to share with the subcontinent students, India specific, as well as students from around India who would want to apply to Crandall?
Yes. So I would like to address all of my viewers and listeners here that, as I mentioned you before, that Crandall is completely open for September 2022 intake for the Master of Management and all the bachelor's program till 28th of February and 28th of March for the bachelor's program. Do submit your applications, raise your queries. We are available here at india@crandall.ca. And if you are looking for any kind of a personal assistance or any kind of a one-on-one session directly with the university staff, India team, please do let us know, and then we will dare to take care of your worries and your concerns. Also, Crandall University is based in city of Mountain. The city of Mountain is full of the opportunities, also the multi-cuisine restaurants, multi cross-country behavior lovers, and the immense opportunities for growing your career opportunities, your education, and of course, looking your life at a king size. So I would just like to thank you again, Team Resourceu, my colleague, and each and every panelist here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Krati. Thank you, Pinky. This was quite a participatory and informative session that we've had. It's also great that this is the first that Resorceu is rolling out, and we do plan to have many more sessions. And this was quite a good kickoff, I must say. And since we are coming to a close to the promised time, I'd formally like to thank you all for running us through all that you all have to offer, the process, the procedure, and the pull points, if I can say that, of what Canada has to offer. So Resourceu team, the entire Resourceu team is thankful for your presence and the valuable insights that you've had to give us. Quite a motivating experience, I must say, for all the attendees as well. And dear attendees, please do remember that you can reach out to us at contact@Resorceu with all queries. Further queries, we will redirect them to the panelists and make sure that they get back to you with their answers. And yes, of course, apart from this session, we also have quite a lot of resources specially made for those who are keen on studying abroad and in Canada specific. You can come across all those on our website, resourceu.com. And not just these, we have tons and tons of other general information about courses abroad, tourism, travel, and food, cuisine, culture, whatever it is that you would like to see under the sun, we are trying to provide that to you all. And today has been a special day for all of us. Thank you very much. Remember, Resourceu is there to cover your back. So yeah, www.resourceu.com. Keep an eye out on that site for more such informative summits. Thank you all. Thank you. Have a great day.
Signing off.